Lesson 2.2 is a review of addition algorithms. So we'll first start by looking at whole numbers. We're going to look at two algorithms, partial sums and the standard algorithm. So we'll start here on the left here with partial sums algorithm. And when we use this one, we start with the column that's furthest left. And we look there and it's 200. We look at the actual place value of the number, 200, and there's nothing here. So we would write, 200. Then we go to the tens column, the next one to the right, and we look at the place value again. This is not a 2, but 20. So 20 plus 30 is 50. And then here we look at the ones column, 9 plus 6 is 15. So we're going to write that here. And then we're going to add them all up. So that's partial sums algorithm. And now we're going to shift over to the standard algorithm. So this is one that you should be very comfortable using. So this we'll be doing quite a bit of practicing of the standard algorithms this year in 5th grade. So this starts on the opposite side, we're going to start on the right side, moving from the smallest place value and working our way towards the largest place value. So 9 plus 6 is 15. So rather than writing the whole 15, we write the 5, which is in the ones place, and we carry that 10 over to the next column. And now I'm going to move over, and 3 plus 2 is 5, plus that one we carried is 6. And even though we are thinking that this really the value of this digit here is 60, we're not going to write the number 60 because it's in the correct column. And then I move to the last, and 2 plus nothing equals 2. So as you can see, I come up with the same answer, 265, but two different ways of solving the same problem. So let me just move over to the next slide. And just looking at this number, it's just important to keep in mind the place value of every number that we see. So we're now moving into numbers that have decimals. So this isn't 459, it's 4, and when we see that decimal point, it tells us that what follows is a fraction of a number. So it's 4 and 59 hundredths. So I'm just going to slide that down. If we were to write it out in expanded form, it would look like this. 4 plus 5 tenths plus 9 hundredths. And I'm going to slide it down one more number here. 7 and 9 tenths. So again, if we wrote that using place value, it would be 7 plus 9 tenths. So let's do some addition with these numbers. So if we have the partial sums algorithm, again, we'll start over here. We look at the biggest place value. In this case, it would be the ones column, and I can see that 7 plus 4 is 11. So I would write, 11. Then I move over here and add 9 plus 5, which is 14, but it really is 1 whole and 4 tenths. And then the last column is 6 plus 0, which is 6 hundredths. And one of the things I always ask students to do, and this is helpful in making sure that you have your numbers lined up, because we know that whenever we are working with decimals, it's critical that you line up the decimal points to get a correct answer. So these all have to be lined up. So just to make sure that you avoid any mistakes of positioning of numbers, I always encourage students to go ahead and just put zeros in all the places that don't have a number, because 0 isn't going to change the value. And then let's go ahead and I'm going to switch back to my blue pen and let's add them. So this is going to be 6, 4, and 12. So let's shift over here to the standard algorithm, and again, this is the one that I really want you to focus on this year. In this one, we start with the smallest place value, and we have 6 plus 0 is 6. 9 plus 5 is 14, so I'm going to put the 4 here and carry 1 right here. And then 7 plus 4 is 11, plus 1 is 12. So this is the standard algorithm, and you will be using both of these algorithms in our math lesson tomorrow.